It's the stream. All right.
I would like to roll a survival check.
Yeah, I was just going. Where did we let it end off? We ended kind of suddenly. I don't remember.
Yeah. I went out foraging and returned with something, maybe?
You absolutely do. You return with a series of berries that you remember that you're not meant to eat because they are essentially these little orangey berries that grow this time of year. So you're good that you need it right now. They, when mushed up into or when ingested, they do havoc to the internals of just about anyone. It's enough to kill, children. I was about to say small humans. Children. It's enough to it's enough to be a genuine danger. For a lot of adults, they can get past it depending on how tough they are. But it'll also just
when you're gonna
I know, but it also make you pass out.
Okay.
It's like it does both.
These wouldn't happen to be made into wine at all, would they?
Well, that would be very silly.
No. Who would make a wine that would knock you out? It's just absurd, really.
Unfortunately,
okay. So,
I can't give you a name for them. But if you want to
if
come up
I
with one, feel free.
grind these up and dry them out, would they still retain the same effectiveness?
Yeah.
Because basically my plan is to try to slip some of this nonsense into the teapot from which we are drinking, and then we have someone who can heal us of said poison.
Okay, that makes sense.
I will point out I could only heal us 3 times from poison, and we might want to save my poison healing abilities for when we're fighting
For actual healing.
the spider creature also.
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
So maybe just into his, because I guess we're not using tea bags. I imagine it's just probably like loose tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It's loose tea.
So if I'm able to sleight of hand some of this into his cup specifically,
Just get him like really passionately talking. Like Virik was saying in the character, get him really passionately talking about that whole supremacy thing. When you're pouring the tea.
My second question is, if he sees this happen and things go wrong, do I just resort to saying, well, and stab him?
Yeah.
And then combat ensues?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what's going to happen then is I'm going to try to slip this into his cup, and if we just like make awkward eye contact, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, well, just start shanking him.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
My plan will
jig's
still
up.
work. I'm just not going to leave the area. I'm gonna
Okay,
be there
so-
in case you have to fight.
Yes. So, you, Virik, you disguise yourself as Brute as best you can.
Yeah. So I don't think we said it in front of chat. Yeah, I'm going to make myself look like Brute. So when he shows up and like, where's your friend that like delivered the message about where we're going to go? So that's not going to be a thing, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. So you go to his house, you leave the note for him, or do you like knock and try and give it to him?
You know what? I think I'm going to... I've been trained to be subservient. I'm going to knock. I'm going to try and make... like, do a whole, like, bow thing, give it to him, and then bugger off.
You knock, he opens a door, he looks down at you, he looks around and says, "Why is there only one of you?"
Well, they're in the middle of something to do with the contract and stuff. So we're going to have a meeting here at this tavern. And I hand him the thing.
Give me a deception roll. You shouldn't have opened your mouth.
Oh, Eric did. Wait, no, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I thought it.
He
You're
kind
good.
of takes it and he looks at it and just kind
I don't
of
want
holds
too
there
much.
looking at it and says, "All right, I'll start my way there soon then."
Thank you. And I do the bow, and then I leave.
Okay, you just go back to the tavern where you're saying.
What I'm going to do is I'll go back to the tavern, find like an alley, wipe off all the makeup, put on my normal getup, and then I'm going to stealth around to somewhere where I can see into the tavern from like high.
Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead and
If I
give me a
can find
stealth roll. It's kind of thing you could get on top of like a different roof nearby and try to find yourself get unseen. Because this tavern where you're going is just another eating hall that's much
Oh, you're kidding me.
lower down in the town.
You are kidding me.
No.
I was like, I'm glad I didn't waste. I was gonna waste the shadow stuff. I'm glad I didn't because oh my god.
So
you guys are gonna do this phone without me, guys. Good luck.
after 15 minutes or so, he does arrive at the tavern. This kind of time of day, there's actually not many people at the tavern. This is a town of hard-working individuals who don't drink and eat at this time of day. So it's pretty quiet. There's just really the people who work here or own the place, because it's the same thing. And he walks in very clearly with a warhammer in hand. He twists, ready to use it. He looks around. Are you just like at a table with a teapot?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm also drinking ale. Like, I have the teapot there, but like... like a nicety.
He walks over and he puts like his other hand on the table. And he doesn't... It's not like he's like... Ah! He's got it like just in his hand, kind of down. And he looks at each of the three of you. And just says... Do you think me stupid?
Well...
That depends. That depends on what you mean by stupid. I don't know how that word translates properly.
I don't know what you intend to do with me here, but I see your friend skulking on the rooftops, no doubt with a bow aimed at me.
He does that a lot. It's just...
No, I'm so sorry. He is just like that. He likes to look on.
Do not lie to me,
I'm not
elf.
lying to you. I assure you he's just like that. That's just who he is. It's in his nature.
He's a drow.
You can give me a deception roll.
Oh, nice call.
Barut.
I was gonna say he's one of the few people it might be a good idea to call it out on.
Who's doing the deception roll? Is it me or him?
Barut. Because you're telling the truth.
I don't know the truth.
Oh!
He stares at you, and it's a bit of a long one. And you can smell the sulfur in the air again. And he clearly is like looking at the inside of his mouth, which probably tastes like sulfur, right?
Yeah.
And he kind of like, he doesn't sit or anything. He just kind of relaxes a little bit and says, a drow, a dark elf.
Yes. He's a bounty hunter and just a general weirdo, but he's our weirdo. So, and I'm saying the Elvish word that is most closely equivalent to weirdo there.
It's much more poetic, but yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He will. He's clearly thinking about things. He actually turns around and takes a bit of a walk around the hall of this tavern.
I'll like call out to him, like, do you want tea or do you want something stronger?
Stronger. This
I'll
is
order
the
him an ale.
north. A good meeting needs some liquor. You still want the downfall of smoke. You want to free these people. This is your homelands. I understand that. But rest assured, when this is done, I am no ally of you.
Not looking for allies. We're just simply looking to solve a problem. And I think we can agree that smoke is a problem.
He walks over and puts his both hands on the table. He like puts the warhammer like on like a little like loop in his belt. Says, "Agreed." I assume you got him some sort of drink.
Yeah, I ordered him an ale.
Yeah, he'll take a drink and put it back down and sort of gasp like and not sit down again. I'm just gonna say, what is it then that you want to discuss? How we're going to kill the insect, I presume.
That is the gist of it, yes. Now, he indicated that you may have made a deal with what he called, what did he call it? I'm gonna kind of turn over to Tobias to look for the words again. What did he call it? It was a
spider person.
Right. Spider person. Now, that was his contract for us, was to take care of that. Now, I don't really care, to be perfectly honest. I don't care about that. I don't care about anything to do with it. My
privacy of your own home is your own business, is the point we're trying to make.
Precisely. But more our concern is just, if he views that creature as a threat, there's probably a reason why. So we're wondering what exactly is the weakness that he has in relation to that being,
That's
so that we might
persuasion
exploit
roll
it.
right there.
Yes.
I was like,
That was
okay. There's like a little turnaround at the end there. Ooh.
Ooh! That was a roller coaster of a roll as well.
Yeah.
The emotion so much.
He thinks again. And at this point, he pulls out the chair and will sit. Dragonborn, in this setting, do not have tails or anything. He can sit perfectly fine. And will kind of lean over very close to you, bro. Clearly putting his attention on you and says, I am a collector of monsters. I've found some interesting things over the years, but usually they do not live long in captivity. Like dragons. This thing that I found, it heals me. It spins webs of magic that can return a grievous wound to naught but a scratch. And it can do more. It has magic. Primal magic. It is more than a beast. It has intelligence. Now luckily, with my golden tongue, I managed to convince it that I am on its side. Which is particularly easy. Because the only thing the blasted creature wants is to breed and create young, no doubt to swallow up some monstrous battle. Stupid creature, honestly. But it has uses.
Very interesting. So then the question becomes, why does smoke fear you having it? Probably because it heals you. Probably because it helps you.
Exactly.
Interesting. Very interesting. Now, if we are to kill smoke and to end this conflict, you said you've convinced this beast, this creature, that you're on its side. Would it join you in battle? I understand it's a lot to ask.
No, it's not a lot to ask. It's just merely stupid. The people of this town are squeamish. Seeing something like that. I must say it even made me turn my thoughts to Oryx, but I have a stronger stomach than that. It is not the kind of creature that you want to see in the light of the sun.
On that note, when talking my stomach, I'm gonna finish my drink, then ask him if do you want another, or are you all set?
He will just chug the rest of his drink and then just put it down, which is of course means yes.
Yeah. Get another round.
No, you're right. That would be. Sometimes I forget where we are, that we're not in the heat of battle out on the plains, out on the fields, out on the mountains. But in a town, you're right. That would be foolish. It would just be nice to bring something that he truly fears into the battle. That's all.
He fears death like all petty men.
Death comes for us all. Well, I suppose we need to discuss the particulars then. How we're actually going to go about this.
Yes. What is your plan? I assume you have one. You seem to be the thinker.
One of. That's part of what makes us Greyfists, is our ability to plan and to come up with, well, often what would appear to be foolhardy errands that wind up working in our favor. We are the creative types, let's put it that way. When something goes wrong, we deal with it, whatever that may be and whether or not we expected it. Now, as you say, we're in a town. We're in a place where this gnome is held up in a location with many allies, in a building with a glass ceiling. For all his intelligence of how he set himself up, didn't really plan the building design very well, did he?
Maybe he likes to look at the sky.
Maybe he does. But what he seems to like most is tormenting the people he actually controls, that are loyal to him. He seems to prefer the torture of innocence, as opposed to the actual useful forms of leadership. Things that might actually help people live in the way that they are meant to live. Things that they might actually, be able to do.
He clearly does not realize how easy humans are to corral. You just need to give them a place in the world.
Another round?
Fine. You're paying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not a problem. We're happy to do that. Now, the other question that I have for you is, what are your specialties in terms of combat? I see that Warhammer there for you. I assume you work best in close quarters. Ideally, I assume not dealing with the particular magical aspects of this battle.
No, but he has men, he has his soldiers. I can deal with them, and then, when they are out of the way, take the head of Smoke and break it.
So, our skulking friend, you saw him on the way in, I assume because he wanted you to. He is the type to climb, to scale things that shouldn't be scaled. He was likely giving you an example of that because he knows our plan as much as I do, which is that building, because of its glass ceiling and its delightfully placed chandelier, has some excellent entry points that might not be the most conventional, and someone like him can get into those places where people like us, well, we tend to fit right in. Me less so up here, but we tend to walk into a place, order some ale, and do what we need to do. You, I assume, are not the type to go into the House of Smoked
I am
Glass.
not welcome in his little party house.
So it would certainly cause a ruckus if you were to show up, wouldn't it? And we were already inside.
If you had already prepared yourself, merely showing my face would force Smoke to play his hands early.
Right. And so our goal would be that you would cause a lovely distraction for us to get back to deal with Smoke, where our friend, who is skulking on the ceiling, could come in and help you once you have created that distraction and we have slipped the view of the other individuals in the bar.
You really are a thinker, aren't you?
That's what I'm here for.
I'm glad my kind did not eradicate yours as we once planned.
I am as well.
He kind of will actually, punch you in the shoulder in, the armor plating and stuff, and he'll stand and will say, "When do you plan this attack?"
Well, that depends partially on you. When are you prepared?
He kind of, thinks, and then you see some of the frills on his body actually stand up on end, the sort of spines, and he turns towards the bar, where there is the owners of the bar. Maybe he hadn't noticed them before, and he just starts walking towards them, and you see him unhook the hammer from his belt.
That won't be necessary.
Everyone in this town is loyal to the gnome.
Not them.
That's...
I don't even know, so I don't know if it's persuasion or
It
deception.
is a deception, really.
Yeah.
It's the sneaky dick energy we need right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh no.
It wasn't an natty one, so there's at least that, but...
He
Thank you, by the way.
looks back at you, then very quickly turns his head, opens his mouth, and this blast of fire streams from him and captures the two, because they're standing close together, because they're terrified of this guy.
Yeah.
And as they're burning, because they don't even instantly die, as they're burning to death, he turns and kind of like wipes his mouth, and the heat of the fire is very quick, and he says, "Better safe than sorry."
I take out my greatsword.
Yeah, there goes that plan.
That was a mistake.
You love them too much.
I mean,
Elf.
I'm attacking. Like,
Yeah. All right. Roll
I'm
initiative.
talking. I'm the distraction here. I'm the distraction here for Eleanor to run up and fucking beat this man's
Hey,
ass.
this doesn't need a battle mat. Just
Yuri drops down
give
and is
me a
running
sec.
in as well. The
Give me a
second he
sec.
saw the fire.
Yeah.
Roll some initiativos.
Yep, well, that good idea. Nearly worked.
So close. So
Nice
close.
save, by the way, on like my natty one turning into the. Oh, he's showing off.
He's showing that he can scale. He's demonstrating. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Tobias has been just ready this entire time.
He literally has. He like swords under the table, probably.
Yeah.
Like he's been ready to go, ready and raring. You forget that this guy's an asshole.
Yeah, but it was almost worked. It almost worked. Like it was a really good idea, and then he's like, "I'm gonna burn some innocents," and like, okay.
We could have just paid them. We could have just paid them.
Good
Money
news is
doesn't
he just
talk.
used his fire breath, and he can't use that again. Out of character, no edge.
Yep.
No, Varric's terrified though.
To be fair, I was hoping he wouldn't do it, but at the same time, I was hoping that if I stopped him from using the hammer, that if he did it, he would do it with the show of the breath, so that he wouldn't have the breath.
Are you trying to say that you baited this guy?
No, I'm trying to say I hoped that it would happen that way, but there was no
You're trying to
intention
say
behind
it's all. I don't have a way to type this initiative.
I mean, I
Sorry.
was building up to have him take a shot of the fairy liquor.
Yeah. I knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
I was just trying to stall
I
him.
was just
Alright.
sitting there with my feet on the table, getting ready to stab
Tobias. Your
him.
turn.
Yeah. From underneath the table comes a heavy crossbow that until moments ago
You learned from the
didn't
gnome.
be there.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's just from under. That's great.
Tobias shot
I mean,
first.
You're doing the Han Solo. They're like,
Yeah, Tobias shot first.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my bonus
You
action. to
definitely
place-
have advantage because with that 20, there's no way he saw you coming.
With my bonus action, I'm going to place Hunter's Mark on him, and then it's just like, oh, this is here now. Back.
That's a
20.
hit.
Excellent.
Cool.
He takes this much damage. Plus this from Hunter's Mark.
I have to fucking
Nice.
do my math manually now? What is this shit?
And then I'm just gonna drop it and use my item interaction to pull out a short sword, and then like basically jump off the like springboard myself off the table in his direction.
Eleanor, you could absolutely use your movement to just get this guy and start swording him. That's actually a
That's
miss.
excellent. Yeah.
He gets into enough of a position to block.
I will bonus action cast a spell. That spell is going to be. Actually, we're going to do Bless.
Hmm.
On who should we do it? How many people do I get? 3 or 4?
Up
It's
to 3.
3. Yeah.
So, so us 3. because Varric's, you know.
Eric's
outside.
running in right now. Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Barut needs the bless to do anything.
And oh, I'm so sorry. That's an action, not a bonus action.
That's
I
right.
will
did.
do my shield of faith. That's what I was looking at originally.
Cool. Barut.
Bless would have been cool because he's probably gonna
Beat the hell out of us.
shoot
Yeah.
fire at us.
That's
Yeah.
been great.
But that's okay.
Well, I'm gonna run up to him. My shield is out as a mental reminder for myself that my shield is out.
It takes a full action to don your shield, by the way.
Yep, and I'm just gonna be walking up to him and essentially putting myself in between him and Tobias for the moment, because Tobias will have a chance to move around me. But I basically just don't want him to.
Varric, I was gonna say you spend the turn moving, but you're a monk,
Hey.
so you can get into the room with your action or your move action. Not
Okay.
in melee range.
Yeah, is that within 20 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine what you actually see is like the set, like Virid comes through the door, and as he comes through the door, he's already doing his like spin where he throws both the chakrams.
I'm trying to think of what that spin. I have some. It's when Spider-Man does the spin when he's webbing. That's what I have in my mind. Yeah. Sorry, the initiative tracker kind of blocked that roll, so I don't know what they were. They both hit.
Sweet.
Both chakrams hit him in the fucking face.
And then catch and catch. Hey, that's the perfect
You're
chakram.
doing it
I
too
actually call
fast.
both of
The
them.
turn order is on the chat. I can't. Too fast for me. Okay.
Sorry, it was
No, I can see now. It's just you're giving me extra steps.
I think that's the first time I've hit both and caught both. So I will
Yes.
take.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
you literally you throw them both at him. They bounce off because he's a dragon and they're like tough scales. But you clearly you carved open like a side of his face, and he hasn't even like truly like turned and react properly yet. But he'll like grab up with his non-mace hand at just the blood that's just weeping, because it's an ugly fucking wound that's just been carved open by two elvish chakrams. And he clearly looks at Varric and probably would go and attack Varric, but he's kind of surrounded by some idiots. So he is going to smack Barut. No, he's not. It's like literally the first one is just a very strong smack against the shield. Just... And the second time, same thing. Just yelling.
It's a good shield.
Tobias.
I had the
it's
shield.
almost useful to remember that you have a shield.
Almost.
Yeah.
Seems like a responsible thing to do.
So while he's like pounding on the shield, I'm just gonna
You
come
pound.
up like from behind Bruit, like just underneath the shield basically, and then just try to stab him twice.
Yep. You have advantage because you're flanking him.
All right.
That's a miss.
15. And
That's not a miss.
Every
What a
time you say
difference a
that's
10
a
makes.
miss. Yeah. Every time you say that's a miss, his next roll is insane. Like, it's consistent.
it's true.
You're not wrong.
11 damage.
Yeah, you can cut up even in the areas of his legs that aren't armored, and just a freaking deep clean cut that sends him down to one knee. Eleanor, he's down on one knee.
Excellent. I'm gonna hit him. Is there any way we can move so I could get advantage on the attack roll? I know we don't have a battle map, but could he have moved to the side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. God, I just
Barut,
Is there any way
he's
I can get in a
blocking the
position?
most
Yeah,
dangerous
I'll do it.
person, clearly.
Yeah. Is there any way I can get an advantage?
Yes.
Good. I'm gonna not swing with my sword, and because I haven't actually pulled that out yet. Instead, I'm gonna try and hopefully grab his face, but I don't think I do.
That's actually, it's one of the things he just manages to push the greatsword out of the way. You just start grabbing him, going to the grabby hands, and he'll just straight up smack you in the wrist with the hammer and try
Ow.
and push you away.
Stop that.
You could say the same thing to you. Virik.
Well, I mean, you can probably guess what's going to happen.
The second one is hit.
Sweet. And then... Oh, damn. That was actually... First one, I have to go pick up the first one now, though, because I didn't catch that. So
He
I know what I'm doing next turn.
is going...
Actually, I can move over to it now. So...
Yes, he is going to attack Tobias. Tobias, what is your AC? Do it again.
16 is
There
the
we
number
go.
he wants to hit.
He hit a 16.
I will talk into the microphone closer.
Thank you.
Discord decided you didn't know.
It's not Discord, but there's a problem.
It is not Discord.
He will kind of like get a hit against you for 5 bludgeoning, and he will attack Barut with his second attack because he doesn't like Barut. But Barut, it's like almost like, oh no, he's not gonna attack Barut. He's on Tobias, and then he just quickly swings around and he goes, like,
Stop that. Just stop it.
Tobias. It's you next. He is just.
I mean, this is all happening like near the bar, right?
Yeah.
Which is just on fire. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna like do
It's
the
not that the
classic
bar
try-
set fire. He set fire to the people.
the people,
Yeah.
right?
Which
So
really
do the
is the heart of the
classic, like-
bar. So,
Like triangle jump off the wall, off the bar, and then try to come down and stab him in the shoulders with the short sword.
You've seen too much monk shit from Virik, and you're
Yeah.
trying to do it.
Yeah.
But he does it like.
oh!
I was gonna say he does it better.
And he does.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Don't even worry about it. Roll that damage.
Holy shit.
Okay.
And like those get doubled as well, don't
Yeah.
they? Oh yeah, you're doing it. Yeah.
Describe your kill.
Like I said, I'm gonna just hit the foothold off the floor, off the side of the bar, and just come down with like both into like this 2 sides of his neck, basically.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you see just the shock in his eyes for a moment, and then he just
stare into his eyes.
then he
as
just goes limp and just crashes to the
Yeah.
ground like his armor clattering.
I pull out the head bag.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to note, what armor is he wearing? You said he was
Splint
wearing
mail.
splint armor. Right. Which, Eleanor, you wanted splint mail, didn't you?
I
You already
did, but
bought
they're,
it.
they're making me some.
You already commissioned it, but I mean, it might be better to just. We should take his armor, is what I'm saying.
You can't
Ultimately.
really be going around carrying around a bunch of heavy armor if you're not using it.
No, I mean, we should just carry it back to the tavern that we are staying at and just leave it there for now until we actually want to use it.
But we
we
kind
don't,
of want to come
then
out
we
of this
can
looking
sell it.
like good guys, and I feel like if we loot his body, we're not going to look
Also,
like the good guys.
Ah,
I
it's-
didn't. It looked like
okay.
he wasn't wearing the usual understuff for armors.
Well, you could have used your others.
You can
like-
just yeah.
Yeah.
I
You don't know
We're
how.
having a
It's okay. You
conversation
don't
while I'm hacking off his head, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
how
takes a
armor
lot.
works.
It's a
look
lot.
like the good guys, so we don't want to loot his body.
Exactly.
If anyone like comes in, I'm gonna hold up my.
No one's
Yeah.
coming in.
Oh, we should take a look at the burnt people. How
No,
dead are they?
this-
They are dead.
Yeah. Yes.
It takes a lot
Yeah.
longer to cut his head off because of the scales, but you do it.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, we killed him because he killed these people. That is
Exactly.
what happened. We have a perfectly reasonable story. That being said, I don't necessarily think that us cutting off his head is going to make us look like the good guys.
Nah.
Like the Punishers do that, don't they? Like,
I mean, I've already loosened it up
Not
for you.
your. Sometimes
Depends on the circumstance. I
depends
think.
on the place.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Once they hear that he murdered these people, they're gonna want his head anyway.
Fair.
Do we want to, Varric? Do you want to run and grab like guards so we can explain what happened here?
I think that's a really good idea. I'm gonna go do that.
You do
So,
that.
can I try and find guards to?
Yeah, easy enough.
Yeah.
So show them the writ, lead them back, and show them what he did.
No, that's
I'm gonna
fucked.
be putting out whatever fire is around these bodies as well.
It's
Just-
not like I said, there's not really a fire.
It's
They
more just
were
like the
on
smoldering
fire.
ash around
Yeah,
them so that
exactly.
it doesn't light the bar on fire. Like I'm trying to maintain the integrity of the building, basically.
Also, I'm gonna tell the guards like this guy collected monsters in his house, and we're gonna go take care of that too.
Oh, that's fucked too.
Yeah.
That's really all
Apparently, he was a real asshole. Apparently.
I hand him the head.
Well, I mean, he's a dragon.
And I'm actually I'm gonna just grab his key for a second. We're gonna go and try and grab the key, and I might also try and grab some gold if he's got any on him. But if he's got a key to his house,
He does have a key. He doesn't have any gold on him.
damn it! Okay,
What does he have on him? While you were poking around in there,
He has a giant hammer.
he does. We should take his weapon away just in case, so that there is no possibility of anyone else using his weapon for evil.
The
I'm not
guard
trying to
just-
convince anybody of that. I'm just taking the.
With
What-
my
what
18
is it?
strength, can I carry the great sword, the maul, and the giant hammer?
Well, it's not a giant hammer. This is just a
It's
warhammer.
just a warhammer, right?
Oh, just
So which
Warhammer.
is
Big
giant to us regular
Yeah.
humans,
Yeah.
but to fantasy humans is
Yeah.
fucking baby's toy. Like yes.
Hammer. All right, so
Yeah.
I'll add that to my collection.
Please do.
Oh my god!
Well, that's actually like useful because that's a versatile weapon. So if you
Yeah,
ever
it
wanted
is.
to shield up.
Yeah.
You guys want the Warhammer?
I'm actually just looking at it right now in the book.
Definitely not.
I don't know off the top of my head what
I'm
it
fairly
is.
sure
I
it's.
believe it's 1d12.
I like if you had it as a variant,
So
it would
it's
be a
not
case
as
of like
great as the maul or the great sword.
No,
Maybe
that's the great axe you're thinking of.
Ah, I don't know.
Warhammer, I believe, is a longsword that bludgeons, essentially.
really?
I believe.
I'm pretty
I'm just
sure.
looking.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're correct, but I'm just looking it up.
So, which is why it's good if you want to ever shield, because you can have it in one hand.
The question: do we want to just
Yeah.
burn this guy's house down?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if he's got monsters in there, although I guess we don't know. Like,
He almost died.
We talked about explosives as well. Or I talked about explosives as well. Might not be a bad idea.
We could
If
also
there are-
convince the dryer to just go away now, right?
Yes.
That's the plan. If that's the case, let me go down first.
All right.
Okay.
We'll try that. Backup plan is,
Yeah.
fire.
Barut goes down first. Yeah.
Yeah. Backup plan is I go down first and die. Thank you. Yeah.
So you go to the house. You get his key.
Can we search the upstairs first, just for any sort of plans, any sort of information that might be useful? If he's got any sort of organization of any kind.
Do you?
Yes, we'd like to search the top of
Okay.
the house.
I will say that was actually very
Yeah, I used to say
Oh.
it doesn't really matter in this kind of thing.
Sorry.
Well, immediately you see a very small room has a bath in it and like chairs and a couple of other things, and like food, and then another room. And you would open a door to a bigger room that has much less stuff. It has two little plinths that have two grey ceramic vases sitting on them. You don't see a door to a basement or anything. It doesn't seem like there's anything else in here. And based off the design of the house, this would be the back of it.
Hidden door type?
Could be. Could be that there's just a tunnel.
That's a good point. Well, I mean,
We may as well look for a hidden door while we're here, but my
you'll
point
see
is...
your, like, sorry, you'll see your jump, be like, I don't know how sturdy the floor is. That's one way. Just like doing the whole like bouncing on the floorboards.
When you do that, Tobias, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck perk up. But you don't know why. One moment.
Huh.
One moment. One moment.
The least
Bad.
suspicious one moment.
One
Right.
moment, please.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see.
I just look to Virik and say, I just got a monstrous feeling.
Oh,
That's great, and I love it. That's how it is.
I want
now.
to point out I do already have my shield out. I have not put it away since we attacked or were
I
attacked.
would take off my
Slash
mask.
attacked.
I would take off my mask and like just clip it onto the belt.
Yeah, sure. Well, would you have done that while walking into the place? Because
Yep.
you don't really know that.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought the monstrous feeling thing is when he would have
Yeah,
done
it's
that.
almost like I said, one moment.
Oh, okay. Then no, he wouldn't have done that yet.
Making me laugh. What? Ooh.
Yes, random hidden door sense. If I may.
That's always like a weird ability that elves had, like in previous editions. You can just like sense hidden doors.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
My hidden door sense is tingling. Oh.
This is a surprisingly dark room.
It should. Well, yeah. There's no light in here.
Oh, is it?
You would actually have ambient lighting to be able to see. I haven't done it. There we go.
This is a surprisingly dark room. Oh, I didn't realize.
This is really glitched on my end. Huh. I am going to maybe reload.
Oh,
20.
I now see light.
That's because I told it to have light.
all you see is light.
I only see light. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Me too. So I am also reloading.
Also
Oh,
reload.
I can see it just fine.
So.
I don't know what that
Yeah,
unfortunate goo is on the floor, but it looks
Well, you see, Tobias has a strange feeling. I can say that. And that's when you can all roll initiative.
Mhm.
Because the vases kind of melt.
Oh,
I've been very consistent with my initiative.
Consistently shit!
Like consistently mediocre in like the 10 to 14 range for initiative for like a long time. So yes, shit in this party apparently who rolls fucking nat 20s on
Right?
initiative. Jesus.
I mean, if there was going to be a time for Virik to be early in initiative, this is it.
Yeah, true.
This is me. So, Virik, you are like jumping around, looking around, feeling around. You jump around and you kind of turn and you see the vase sort of melt and lurch at you as a kind of sort of grayish slime.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting. Okay.
No,
So,
it wasn't.
okay. So
Dang collectors of monsters.
so
I
I'm
done
assuming-
warned you.
You did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. In that case, I'm going to. You know what? I'm going to punch it, and then I'm going to try and get away from it. So I'm going to punch it first.
Mm-hmm.
Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, my brain is not really very functional right now.
And then
Today
I'm
is
going.
cursed.
I'm going to step of the wind.
Stab off the
Bonus
fan.
action to just jump back, and I'm gonna probably jump back to here.
Great.
Oh, okay, that was not okay. That's not spider. That's goo.
Probably have a little goo on your fist, residual.
Yeah.
Ugh. Gross.
It burns.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, that's not
I would
good.
relay that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay. Acid, sludgy goo acid that's alive. Good.
It's gonna splorch after you.
Oh,
It like tumbles like.
I
It's a very
hate,
unfortunate word.
I hate that you use that word because now I like in context it's perfect and I'm gonna have to use it in the future. And I want you to know that you have done this.
Virik, what's your AC?
13.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it hits.
yeah it does. Although you know, let me just get my dice out.
I think you've only not hit me like twice.
Monks, man, they don't wear armor.
Monks. So you, as it like sort of tumbles into you, it splorches into you, and it literally like goes into a bit of ball, and like as it rolls, and like cannonballs you in the chest, and you're like, "Hoo!" And you take 6 bludgeoning damage. Then it kind of like sticks there, and it burns, and you actually feel it burn a hole through your clothing, and into your belly, and it starts burning. But because it had to go through the heavy padding of your clothes, because you don't wear armor, but it like looks like armor because it's several layers, it only does 3 acid damage.
Is it now stuck to him?
Not for the purposes
Okay.
of combat, but kinda. The other one, Eleanor's watching that like, what's going on? And then one shows up behind you. And it's gonna glorp onto you.
It's a very
Cool.
unfortunate verbs.
But it's not it's
happy that
not
they're
gonna hit. It's one of those things where like you kind of feel like a bit of the sizzling of the acid and turn before it like it eats like a tiny bit of like your elbow plate of your armor, but not much more. Baruch. Virik, did you take that damage on your character?
Oh, I hadn't clicked off yet. I clicked on the thing and adjusted, but I didn't click off, so it didn't update.
I'm going to do something incredibly stupid and touch this thing, hopefully, with my hand.
Oh no, don't do that.
That's not very smart.
Varric's just like that. It hurts. It's bad.
Well,
Oh, a 1 and a 20.
The duality of man.
yep. So it's going to take 26 necrotic damage.
So this happens very quickly, Aelinor. Baruch jogs around as you're like, what the hell are these things? And it's like just dropped off from you and it's kind of like doing that thing slimes do where like little tendrils sort of like wheel around. And he just like shoves his hand in it and then it pops.
Now you know how it feels to have the monster you're fighting explode on you.
Don't recommend that. Don't recommend that at all.
I did not intend to touch it.
Ha
You're lucky that worked out well for you.
ha. That's my turn.
Next up is Tobias.
I'm going to take a little sidestep around here. I will use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark Jr. on this slime and attack it with a short sword.
I love that that's just what you call it.
It's Hunter's Mark Jr.
That's a
It
hit.
is Hunter Mark Jr.
Okay.
As you slice into this thing, the acid of the ooze's body, like you draw through it, some of it sticks to your blade and you see it burning away. That blade now has a -1.
Perfect.
Have fun.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
It's a good thing I have those scimitars.
Yeah.
This is why I touched it with my hand.
I'm so glad I didn't stab it with my sword because I almost.
Yeah, you were pretty smart to both go hand first into the slime.
Hand
Even
first
though
into
it
the
seems
acid.
counterintuitive.
Yeah.
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 My idea was literally Virik wasn't ready enough to have his weapons out, so he was just going to punch it. I'm glad I did that.
Alright.
You should use the rest of your movement to go there. Tobias.
Oh, that's true. I just still
I'll
have
free
movement.
action.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell him to scoot.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, it's your turn.
I'm gonna stab it.
Did you mean to move away from the one behind you? Oh no, that's dead. Never mind.
That's
Yeah, I
dead.
was gonna say, when it popped,
It
was
popped.
it not dead?
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
sorry.
think dead. I'm gonna.
I haven't got my usual setup. I can't just press
No,
the dead
it's totally
button
fine.
anymore.
I actually just wasn't sure if it actually died or not.
Well, how can you be sure, right?
Hey.
I know,
Oh.
right? Now it's just
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's a hit.
Well, I'm glad we got you the mole now.
Right?
Yep. You
Squish.
squish the thing and it just kind of starts melting away. It starts burning away at the mold. But I almost imagine you're
Yeah.
just like, tunk. Like,
Yeah.
It's useless now.
What a shame.
Oh
Can't
no.
use this weapon that you guys got me as a gift. That I didn't really want anyways.
Thank you for the gift.
I'm glad we got it now.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay. What do you want to do next? Party.
So Rick's just like looking at the hole in his clothes and like, ow.
Actually, can we-
He's
can we use
decidingly
acid to burn a hole through the floor?
drow with this little teen
Yeah,
girl
this
midriff
doesn't
thing
work.
going on.
Okay.
Just looking at the corrosion of my weapon, I'm like, God damn it. And I just like put it away and take out that really sketchy stone scimitar that has been in my back pocket this whole time, apparently.
I imagine it's just on like behind your belt. Like you just
I
yeah.
imagine it's like
sideways
legitimately in a back
I mean,
pocket.
actually,
now.
is the stone scimitar like worse in any way?
No, it's the same kind of thing. It's a scimitar, which is the same damage as a short sword. It's
Yeah.
just slashing instead of piercing.
I don't really bother with the rules of having stone things
Okay.
break more.
I was going to offer him my short sword, but that works if that works in place.
Yeah. Doesn't really have a place
So,
in
is
the
the
cell.
acid gonna burn a hole through the floor into the
It
basement?
doesn't seem to be doing that.
That's unfortunate. I guess we keep looking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me investigation checks.
Yep. And at this point, I'm just taking off my mask because there's no point.
Yeah, you're very
Very
Should
drow.
we should probably heal you a little bit too.
Yeah, maybe a little. Just a little.
Okay, hold on. What do I have prepared?
I mean, if I do my talking right, he might heal me.
It's possible, but just in case,
Although
I'm
that
gonna
comes from,
just
like,
go
a
ahead and
quest.
heal you.
Good idea. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Look at that, cure wounds.
Damn,
Never
that
on
was
myself.
good.
Never
Always
on
other
myself.
people.
Always on
You
other people.
You always roll like one.
It's almost like it's just telling you to be a better cleric.
Probably.
Stop healing yourself. Heal,
Heal
others.
others. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost.
Okay. In that case, can we
Oh,
look
yeah.
around to
We
see if
should
there's a way?
Give investigation checks. Some of them are already
Much
done.
better. But now it's also even more obvious that it's drow skin because it's all healed up now.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Might
most of the
benefit.
damage you took was from being like cannonballed.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
You guys
still a
look
little-
around the house.
Still a
Oh,
little
son of a
winded.
bitch.
You don't find anything.
Can I meditate for a minute to try to see like which part of the house it is underneath? Using like
It's kind of directly below you when you do that.
Right.
Where you're like, okay, I can't find any sort of entrance. It's still directly below you.
so there must I will convey this to the group and after taking my minute to think, which is basically how I'm rationalizing this ability. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, there has to be some kind. Like if he was using it to heal himself, there has to be some kind of secret door or secret
Easy
entrance.
access, certainly.
It is like there, and I'm just like pointing down. Like it's,
Yeah.
it's underneath our feet.
Well, okay.
I'm gonna
I mean, I'm
pick
gonna
up the maul that you just dropped on the ground, and I'm just gonna slam it into
Yep.
the floor,
do it
like
when
directly
terrible.
where Tobias said. It is directly below our
Give me a strength check. Athletics check, Brew.
athletics. Okay, that's the same as a strength check for me, but sure. Yeah,
Not
I
much
probably just
happens.
like try and picked up the maul and it just went out of my hands. Didn't go well.
Well, I'm gonna like just take them all away from you and just.
Yeah, that's
Like-
reason. That's just what, I don't know how these things work. I
Like
use a
wedged into the
shield.
wall.
Can I give it a try?
Yes, please.
Give me a strength athletics check.
Athletics check.
Uh-huh.
Oh no!
You smash again. It's making an awful noise now. It's a much bigger noise this time. You just into the wood and the foundation. Tobias and Virik, give me perception checks. Barut is like, yeah, you can really do it. Put your back into the swing.
I don't know why.
Gotta follow through.
I will point out, I grabbed my shield again after I stopped using them all, because, you know.
Tobias, you
focused.
kind of hear a noise that sounds like a big spider.
What does that sound like exactly? What kind of noise do spiders make?
It's the legs. It's
It's
the
the
It's
jittering.
particularly the amount of legs you hear moving. And
goodness legs.
with that, because
Go on.
we are actually going to take a quick break before shenanigans take place.
Shenanigans, and I find out if my roll gets us killed or saves us fight.
We're back in a second.